Wilderness Innovation, that's our company name. What that name really means is probably different than what you might think it means. We've got at Wilderness Innovation, we have a poncho right here that can help shield you from the rain. It can also make into a nice comfortable hammock like this one right here. Is that what Wilderness Innovation means? Well, maybe that's part of it, but that's not everything. If you have watched our videos for very long, you've probably seen our poncho used in a lot of other ways. For example, I've got this fleece on that I have a hood on, and this fleece can be snapped inside of the poncho to give you some thermal protection and turn this poncho into not just a summer item, but spring, fall, or even winter. You may have seen a video or two where I've used this in the snow or even snowshoeing. And you've probably even seen us use the fleece on its own without the poncho. Is that what Wilderness Innovation means? Well, that is again part of it, but that's not the whole story. You may have seen many different ways that we've set up the poncho as a tarp and used it in different kind of protection there. You may have seen us use the poncho as a ground cloth, or just as a lean-to type setup or whatever. Lots of different ways that you've seen our poncho setup. You're probably aware that we have playlists on YouTube where there's a playlist just for the poncho. There's 2 playlists for the tarp. There's a playlist for the survival blanket. And so you can go there and you can find all different kind of ways that you can use our gear. So, is that what we mean by Wilderness Innovation? Some more of these ways that you can use this stuff? Well, that is again part of it. You've probably seen us make a Yukon chair out of this, or even a swinging hammock chair, or like a lounge type recliner type setup out of this. Again, that is part of it. But that's not all of it. In fact, that might not even be the beginning of it. You've probably seen many of the videos that we have about our PST, our tarp series. Where we're beginning to show 50 or more ways that the tarp can be set up. There's a playlist actually just for tarp setups on YouTube. So, you know, is that what makes Wilderness Innovation? Alright, so I'm not going to beat around the bush about it anymore. I'm going to tell you what Wilderness Innovation is. It's really a couple things. One of them is it's our philosophy. Most all the gear that you'll see that we have is made to be configured in a number of different ways, like the tarp, up to 50 different ways that we know of so far to set this thing up. Our poncho, 7 or 8 different ways you can set up as a tarp. We set up as a couple different chairs. It can be used as a poncho, it can be used as a winter coat. We have a survival blanket that can be used all seasons. It can be used under a shelter or without. It's warm whether it's damp or dry. So many of these things that we have are designed for to be able to be used in a lot of different ways. So what's the deal there? So our innovation is to allow you to have your innovation. Really the big deal with Wilderness Innovation is that we try to build into our gear quality number 1, made in the U.S. by U.S. citizens, of U.S. materials, and to the greatest quality that we can do. Every time we find a better way to do something, we do it better. So that's kind of our end of the deal, is we innovate these things to be good quality you can count on, and we design them so that you can use them in a lot of different ways. But here's your part of the deal. Now, I'll admit, our gear is not for everybody. In fact, probably our gear isn't for most people. I think my whole life I've kind of felt like I'm an oddball, and I probably am. But, well, you know, I don't really care. I have a good time. I love my life. I love doing what I do. So I just do it. And this is the kind of gear that I like. So all I'm doing is I'm looking for people who are kind of like me. Who, you don't have to be as weird as me, but people who are creative, who like the challenge of trying a different way of setting something up, a different way of doing things. That's what our gear is aimed for. Sometimes we like to take the tarp and tell one of our buddies, I want you to go set it up over there, and we find the most ridiculous place to try to set it up and see what they come up with. Sometimes it's really ridiculous looking, but it's functional. And that's really the point of our gear. We want you to use your imagination, because Wilderness Innovation, the company is us, but Wilderness Innovation in reality is you, because you're the one that sets it up. We give you the tools, the modern, good quality equipment, and then we give you a few ideas, and you go off and you do whatever you want to. So Wilderness Innovation really is all about you. Now, if that's the kind of person you are, if that's the kind of way that you like to do things, do you like to be a little different? Do you like to be able to use your creativity? Then Wilderness Innovation is the stuff for you. If not, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's in the box, ready to go. There's one way to put it up. Everything's in there. You put it up that one way, you're done. And if that's you, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really like to get out there and love the challenge of trying something different, then maybe Wilderness Innovation gear is for you. Maybe that's what you're looking for. Maybe you want the challenge of getting out there and seeing what different way you can set the tarp up, or how you can use a poncho, or the blanket, or whatever other piece of gear we've got. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up too, and that's all I'm going to tell you right now, because some of it's coming up in the next week or two. But anyway, and it's all along the same lines. Your creativity, because you are the innovation in the wilderness, because you use your imagination. So this is Perry Peacock with Wilderness Innovation, inviting you to become part of Wilderness Innovation yourself by using your imagination, your creativity, your ingenuity to use our gear to set up things in the most ridiculous, fun way you can. To me, that's what makes, I mean, when I do these videos, a lot of times, I just want to show you just stuff I tinker around with and do, because to me it's fun. It's fun to try something different. And I hope that some of you are in that same boat and that's what you like to do. If so, our gear is for you. And so get our gear, look for the new gear coming up. It's in addition to what we already got, so it's not necessarily a new version of what we've got already. It's more stuff. And I'm really excited. I'm so geared up. I want to tell you, but I can't. I just can't tell you. Shauna would kill me if I told you. So we have to wait for official things. But anyway, enjoy your time outdoors like I do. This is part of the reason why you probably get sick of me saying it all the time, every video. Enjoy your time in the outdoors, blah, 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 you know. But really, this kind of stuff like this, just messing around with this gives me the greatest excitement. I just love it. And that's part of what makes my time outdoors so fun. And I hope you'll join me in becoming part of Wilderness Innovation, and you do your own innovating with our gear. Take care, have a great day, enjoy your time outdoors, and be safe. Perry Peacock, Wilderness Innovation.